Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of The Outer Worlds. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today, because we're gonna go to talk to Junlei. I'm gonna skip all this, even though I do want to go to everywhere. Look at all the things. I've discovered so many things. So many things that we have found. You guys don't dilly-dally. And we're going to talk to, are we? Is it straight to engineering? I think so. Oh, Auntie Cleo's. Holy. Don't scare me. I like the font. It's nice. So yeah, it's up onto the engineering. Financial debt exceeds standard career plan debt. Oh, that's not... Maybe that's somebody that we saw already. So, no, it means that they are not unique. The Mardettes. The description of the Mardettes, anyway. Excuse me? No, it's fine. Excuse me.
If you're not crew, you're little people.
I'm little people, then. Little people are better people. Little people is cool. It's a cool name.
This is those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you.
Oh, the heat. Also, that's...
When you were sick, who took your temperature? When you were hungry, who gave you a needle full of love? Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your auntie a hug today?
The heat here is quite something.
Machinery must be housed on a sub-level.
I could
So
spend
you
all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Yeah. It figures. Hey, excuse me. Let's find out if I can just go around. It looks like I can. Let's learn about Junlei. Tennyson. Daily checklist, radiator temp, plumbing, overflow, life support, crew morale, scheduled landings, checklist maintenance, brush teeth. You can do this, Junlei. That's also part of the checklist. Personal files over here. Back bays. More complaints about the state of the bay. I already told the Mardettes they're free to flush out McRed and his outlaws. They're so knotted up, seeking warrants and paper justifications that they want someone else to solve all their problems off the record. Sorry boys, not my job. Yeah, that is my job. Promenade status. Morale has dipped 18% since Martin Callahan showed up. It's that damn mask. Martin Callahan is the moon person that we met before. Found another listening device in my office. Thing was the size of a toss ball with a cord leading all the way back to SubLight. Subtle as always, Lilya. Could have sworn the automechanical chef arrived with a company tech. No record of the guy leaving the station. We'll have to look into it. Sprat infestation at the rest and go is getting out of hand. Yeah, we saw those. Ethel better not be wrenching those critters again, or I swear by law, I'll airlock her stall. And we have messages over here from Bedford. That's from the board. My dear lady, the implications of your accusations cause my breath to hitch in my throat. I am certain that we can arrive at an agreeable understanding for what is a board liaison, if not a facilitator of handshakes between great powers, much like the board and yourself. When you do decide to return to the negotiations table, consider once again the embassy expansion plans I laid out. Gestures of good faith do not go unpaid. From Udon Bedford, certified liaison, and another message there. Subject: obstructionist. The board rejected my request for new radiator parts. Again, even after I greased their wheels with some target donations. Funny thing, when I used my admin privileges to survey the outgoing comms, I noticed some activity from your office. You chose your words carefully, but I plucked a juicy phrase from the transcript. Let the frog boil a while longer, and now I have no radiator parts. You're playing with our lives. Did they install you on my ship just to get under my skin, or are you pulling this shit for fun? That's too Bedford. Right. Yeah, that makes more sense. I was reading this under... I thought it was from Bedford. I just misread that. Yeah, but that's from Junlei. And it makes sense that this would be from Bedford.
Keep quiet.
Yeah, we didn't do anything. It's definitely good. Definitely good. Oh, we can look over there. They don't have clear glass? No, it's just the heat. It's fine. Steel Spacer's Corona. No, I would not want to do that. They have chalkboards or whatever these are. Oh, she left. Oh, I think we're good. Excuse me. Oh, there you are. Hi. Hi.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Alex. Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, let's go with this one. I'm captain of the Unreliable, though my ship's a bit grounded at the moment.
I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureaucrats a motive authority over freight traffic, and it rankles them good when I challenge it. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'll try not to start any fights, but I might have to end some.
Ain't that always the way? So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Oh, yeah, well, once I get out of impound, I'm bound for Monarch. Actually, she might be able to help me out with that as well.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
I thank you, I suppose. Parvati, you wanted to talk to Junlei? Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Oh, okay.
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
I'm just gonna no, maybe I should nudge Parvati to continue. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Nice job, Parvati.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
A little
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
I'm sure. Well, yeah, I heard you're having a heat problem. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them yet?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Is there no room for... Surely the board doesn't want the Groundbreaker to roast.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
Well, you need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Wait. What? So you... So they're just there? How do you know the parts are still there?
I keep diligent records of station repairs, requisitions, and available assets, just like my grandmother taught me. The station's radiators haven't changed since her time, and her records say the parts should be there. I trust them.
The back bays. Am I supposed to know where that is?
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned, and a haven for miscreants now.
Sounds good. Yeah. Have you tried sending anyone else down there to get the parts?
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Sure. None taken.
Nice and pragmatic. Thanks for understanding.
Well, pragmatic anyway. So you can't get these parts anywhere else?
You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy.
Their negotiations sound like a bureaucratic coup. Q? Not Q. Coup, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence.
Couldn't we try to talk this out with whoever is down there?
Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts to pieces.
Oh,
They're
right.
content to die last. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. But more than anything, we need those parts.
Yeah, I was actually trying to ask if I couldn't talk it out with the board in a different way somehow, which might be possible. We'll figure it out. But I will try to reason with the people in the back base. Sure, I'll get those parts from the back base.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Sounds good.
Yeah, huh?
What was that about? What was that about back at Junlei's?
Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms?
I did not. I didn't get the chance. The arms are... Oh, yes. It sounds like you have a crush on her. It did sound... Well, actually, she was coming on pretty strong. Junlei was. Huh. Let's not push it right now. I don't know. Should I push it? I don't know if it's gonna unlock anything if I do that. Let's go with this one. This sounds this seems the most innocent. The reason why I didn't push her the second time around was because she was doing it all by herself, and I was like, "Yep, you got this, girl." She seemed very competent.
Gosh, did she ever? Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do. I wish I was half so confident.
Yeah, well, it's just a different style, I suppose. It doesn't mean you don't know what to do. It's the calmness that sometimes, well, she doesn't have that, but that's fine. We'll talk later. Max, you freak me out. I swear they teleport when I'm not looking. Anyway, one thing I want to do before I continue talking to Junlei is persuasion. Get me all those points. I'm at 69. Nice. Okay, so yeah, I want those points there because that's the path that we're gonna go. We're gonna try to max out persuasion as soon as possible.
This whole deck smells like ass. Only gonna get worse if I don't get those radiators fixed.
What? I suppose. So, what's it like being command around here?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
Well, aren't you a little young to be training a successor? Well, it's not. That's a little bit disingenuous to ask, because, well, anything can happen, and I think that's what she's gonna say right now.
You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when.
I don't see any children in this game, so I don't know if they exist. Parvati here could always help you shoulder the burden.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out.
The ship is a family business?
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Cain, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently. when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer.
Condolences, Junlei. I'm sure those were big shoes to fill.
Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
We're... No, let's not ask that. Back to my other questions.
You've got my attention.
You don't have a lot of faith in the board. That's one way of putting it. She looked at me almost like she heard me say that without me clicking. Yeah, that's... Well, duh.
You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
How do you keep the board at a safe distance?
I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change.
I'm not sure she can see that change. Like, because most of their business, and they depend on their business, which is something we touched on before. Most of their business comes from the board directly. So, it's like, if they decide to boycott her, she got nothing to do. She can't do anything. And they just go out of business and can't sustain their... Well, it would be their mercantile transactions, anything that sustains their life, like medicine and food specifically, but they were touching on other things as well, like even medic and even doctors, which is... They are in a super precarious position, which is not very surprising. I mean, the first thing I thought to myself, I didn't actually say it, maybe I said it, I don't know, but I don't think I said it, is that the board might just buy them out. Because that's what happens in, well, it's complicated because there's always law. So if they choose not to sell, what can the board do? Take over by force? And they can do that. Like, it sucks, but then again, maybe they don't want to do that. The likelier scenario is that they just build another freighter port or whatever of their own that will compete with them. Not compete, they'll just put their business in their own vertically organized corporate structure, and they're out of business. Anyway, back to my other questions.
You've got my attention.
Well, I will be on our way. Okay, well, did I talk about you again?
Are we gonna get in trouble today? Not that I want to, just seems to happen around you, is all.
It does. We got in trouble last episode, I think. Anyway, we'll talk later. Max, where'd you teleport to? My God.
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
I was just trying to figure out if you had anything new to talk to me about, but he doesn't. And don't look at me. I definitely wasn't trying to go in there. I can go in there for free, though, so it might be a bad idea, though.
This is Halcyon.
Anyway, that was engineering. We did a thing. We talked. Well, we know where to go now. We need to go to the back base and talk to people. But, of course, we're going to be talking to a lot of people in the meantime. Let's see. SubLight. These spies apparently... These spies? These guys apparently are spies. Oh, excuse me. Man, Parvati, you need to figure your collision detection off. Off? Figure it out. That's what I mean.
They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
I don't know what this is.
Interesting, to say the least.
So watches all my colonists on the Etherwave every week. All my colonists. That's a reference to something that I don't know what it is. Is more of a morning person. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are not unique. But then again, these are just normal contractors.
She was sent to the labyrinth on Tartarus.
We have a computer. It doesn't look like I can't. So let's see, from Hagen. Subject, don't run. We lost another contractor to a UDL gunship. This is your daily reminder that legitimate businesses don't run from authorities, and that is what we are. Stay calm, present your papers. If you get tangled up in the courts, I will personally bail you out. Anyone seen Hawthorne lately? I could use some reliable help. Oh, dang it, that's us. Okay, I need to brush up on what missions I have here with SubLight. But it's not a surprise that Hawthorne was involved with them then, if they're... Because they hire criminals, and that might be the reason why they're used to running away from the law. Unlike most of your sprats, Catherine is bringing SubLight a consistent income. From today until I say so, you're to treat her as an extension of my desk. Speaking of which, Tobias, order an extension for my desk. That's from LH as well, so that's all from Hagen. And these are just different people, I suppose. That's to all the people. And we got Purpleberry, lots, and just some other things over here. Black Hole Holcomb, signed Tossball. Holcomb? That's Parvati's name. She's Parvati Holcomb, I think. Is that her father, somehow? This week in Salvage, let's see what we have over here. This is to the company. My scanner says that Mardets impounded a freelancer ship after the captain misbehaved. The crew... This might not be ours. The crew dropped so many bits at Vera's place that they can't afford to lift the impound. However, whoever gets me salvage rights gets to sit quietly in my office and watch a professional work. One of ours had an altercation with one of theirs, capital T though. Lost another contractor, scrapped the ship, dedicated a 10th of the salvage to funeral expenses. I take care of my people. A little sprat told me that a crate of spoiled cysty pork, we've met these things before, ended up at the bottom of a Monarch Canyon. Let's see how much we can sell. Speaking of which, no one can eat at Auntie Cleo's stall until I say so. Something in the kitchen's gone bad. The next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, this is all quotes, they had better dispatch a ground team to the debris field before the marauders have their turn. Just because we're salvagers doesn't mean we have to be scavengers, but they are. Are they? I don't know. So these are the garbage collectors. I was introduced to them as that. Salvagers in the sky. Lilya Hagen runs... Oh, that's L. Hagen. Runs SubLight salvage and shipping. Her office is located at Groundbreaker's promenade next to the Spratwurst vendor. So what are we doing here? Private Lee Flores suggested you might pay... Actually, I can't find that because we need a little bit more text shadow. Anyway... Find paying work at the offices of SubLight Salvages and Shipping. Flores shared several rumors about SubLight's liberal interpretation of salvage law to give you an idea of the type of work you'd be in for. That sounds fun, actually. I want to do that. And I don't have qualms. I don't have to have qualms. We're good. Oh yeah, I definitely get through them. Absolutely. I think they might have patched that. I remember that not being the case. People were complaining that you got stuck in rooms with them, and there's no way to let them through. They sort of, you can push them about a little bit, but they don't actually block you.
Salvage is a family business. You've got each other's backs.
I'm sure you do. Okay, well, these are just normal people. Or I say normal people, I mean... What the heck's that? I see a red handle, I pull it. Let's go on in. So, yeah, they're just normal NPCs.
No one saw me trip over that, right?
No. I wonder what that tells about his character. That particular line. Excuse me. Tobias!
Welcome to SubLight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the Unreliable?
That's right. Name's Captain Hawthorne.
Sure you are. Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door.
They know me. So you're a SubLight employee?
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilya.
Yeah, I should go. Okay. I'm never gonna get used to you guys teleporting around me. Lilya is over there. We should probably learn a little bit about her. Financial debt exceeds standard career plan debt. Huh. I think those are just funnies and mixed up. Are we? What was that sound? Oh. Hello. You guys, what are you doing back there?
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilya Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about SubLight, otherwise you wouldn't have come.
Yeah. I could say that, and I will succeed. And that would allow... Yeah, that's more fun for us to hear about... The fourth line, I mean. That's more fun for us to hear about SubLight. Yeah, I never heard of you.
Not a word. Pity. My guy in marketing is about to lose his other thumb. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere.
I didn't kill him.
I didn't ask. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
That's an unfortunate
There is always
word.
a catch.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested?
Well, I don't have an nav key, but can I still take the job?
I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits.
I take it SubLight isn't strictly a salvage operation.
These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down.
What kind of other sectors does SubLight pursue? Other than salvage and shipping, I mean.
Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities.
So you're a company of bureaucratic pirates. They did come across as pilots before, specifically in the way that she mentioned she cares for her own and stuff like that. So they do come across as pirates.
Your words, not mine.
You're very honest about SubLight's criminal side.
Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. SubLight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate.
How organized is this business anyway?
Very. I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets, grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one.
A woman after my own heart. Well, back to my other questions.
Ask. I have nothing to hide.
I'm sure you don't. No, I'm leaving.
Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
What do you mean not followed on my way out? That's a joke, isn't it? That's a joke. Why would anybody follow me on the way out? They would be them following me. Let's see. SubLight. Also, it's pretty obvious we need to come back when we have the nav key, and that it's just that's the way the game has to tell us that. Anyway, a legitimate business, contractors. If the authorities are on your heels, our legal team has pre-approved you to recite this passage from our colonial trading rights. Quote, pursuant to regulations following internally preserved Boyarski, Such a business entity would therefore be entitled to gather, maintain, and ultimately dispose of decommissioned agricultural hardware and accessories for profit or convenience, unquote. The short version, if we handle potted meat, we can legally salvage tractors and tractor parts. That's why I keep a can of Boyarski in a SubLight-owned safe deposit box off-world, and why the goods you bring in are cataloged as farm equipment. Everything we do is perfectly legal. Now go bring home some bacon. Fantastic choice of words. Fantastic choice of words. What is this? Dangerous Frontiers by Ophelius Sweeney. It is intriguing how we devoted our resources to the stars when there are still so many problems to be solved on Earth. Exposing our fragile species to the breath of the cosmos renders settlers and spacers alike vulnerable to the mysteries of other worlds. The fate of an outbound civilization could hinge on a single miscalculation, an unobserved variable, and any number of alien catastrophes. Recklessness and impatience are perhaps hardwired features of humanity, and not errors in our genes, as others might imply. That's an interesting take on it. I can't go in there, because they will see me. And we have a little bit of a balcony over here. Hello! Hello! I like goofing around. Who doesn't like goofing around? And then, there was somebody else with a name, I think. Was there somebody? Or maybe downstairs. Tobias.
Talk to Miss Lilya if you're looking for work.
Of course. Does SubLight handle any legitimate business, or is, you know, that all a front?
That's a good question. Yes? Yes, that sounds right. I'll make sure to include that in the new employee salvage tutorial.
Sure. Not really sure what he was referring to. That sounds right, but I think the answer yes is the... Yeah, the answer.
Play an impromptu tossball match.
No.
No one?
No.
Really?
Yes. We can stop that, you lunatic. In an elevator? So, SubLight Contractor, let's get out of here. And Salvagers, let's keep going. Next stop is going to be the Spratwurst. That's right. That's the one that's next. That they told me to be directions. We find it after going through SubLight. It's not a good direction. Also, there's things over there. Anthrocillin and Borstwurst and all the things. It's really weird pronunciation. Or words in general. Excuse me, I'm very bad with... Oh my god. You have a wood chipper? That's not... Is that for refuse? That looks like refuse. Did they say that we shouldn't eat here?
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of Spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen?
What's Spratwurst exactly?
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
That's not the first time the game does this. I can't believe I didn't see that coming with the space rats, so sprats. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Anyway, is Spratwurst like Borswurst? I've seen that a lot.
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
I'm sure they're not. What does terra-fry mean, by the way?
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Oh, you say herbs? I thought you didn't. I thought there was an exception to the H. Then you just said herbs. Like an herbalist? Huh. Is Spratwurst your own invention, or what?
Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, And could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat.
That's one way of franchising it, I suppose. It's not really a franchise, it's just trademarking, but still. That's enough talk for now.
Just as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats.
Of course. Of course. Do you have time to chat again?
Long as you don't mind me grinding Spratwurst while we talk.
You don't do that.
Little things don't make themselves chewy. At least not yet. I'm sure modern science will find a way.
Yeah, you can't do that. The game doesn't allow you to have that sort of animation.
Just as well.
So let's see what you got.
Fresh from the grinder, any hour.
Yeah. So she sells dehydrated water and terra-fried Spratwurst. That thing is plus 25% base health. Lasts 2 minutes. It's not too bad. And I can even repair things. She gives me a discount. You what? I'm gonna repair all the things. For 403? That's fantastic. Why can't I repair that? Oh, because you repair the equipped equipment. Okay. So, look at all the unique things that I can sell. Toss ball. Sell that. And the rest I'm just gonna hang on to. Well, I guess I'll see you later. And, I'll see you two later as well. And you fellas at home. Because we're out of time for the day. And also, look at the sky. Look at the pretties. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been The Outer Worlds. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.